Now, I love challenging these people, Donald Hoffman, Lex Friedman. I sit back and wait for them to respond to my comments that prove they are wrong. Anyway, while sitting through hours of this nonsense, theoretical nonsense, they tell the truth. They admit the truth. And when they question reality or try to present it as an illusion, when we can prove that the things we make, the things we see through visual perception are tangible because they possess presence and substance. Okay? Now, what this video is going to focus on is not reality, because reality is not an illusion. If you see a hologram or something of that nature, it's not tangible, it's light. Okay? Reality or physical substance that's tangible possesses presence and substance, as every person, place, and thing must possess presence and substance to be real. Force and power are byproducts of matter. They do not exist in of themselves. And anyone who says they do are liars or ignorant. One of the two or both. But every so often, these so-called educated men tell the truth. And I'd like you to hear it.
What's interesting about this is that our scientific theories are precise enough and rigorous enough to tell us certain limits. And even the limits of the theories themselves. But they're not going to tell us what the next move is. And that's where scientific creativity comes in. So the stuff that I'm saying here, for example, is not alien to physicists. The physicists are saying precisely the same thing, that space-time is doomed. We've assumed that space-time is fundamental. We've assumed that for several centuries, and it's been very useful. So all the things that you were mentioning, particles and all the work that's been done, that's all been done in space-time. But now physicists are saying space-time is doomed. There's no such thing as space-time fundamentally in the laws of physics. And that comes actually out of gravity together with quantum field theory. It just comes right out of it. It's a theorem of those two theories put together. But it doesn't tell you what's behind it. So the physicists know that their best theories, Einstein's gravity and quantum field theory put together, entail that space-time cannot be fundamental, and therefore particles in space-time cannot be fundamental. They're just irreducible representations of the symmetries of space-time. That's what they are. So space-time, so we put the two together. Put together what the physicists are discovering, and we can talk about how they do that. And then the new discoveries from evolution and natural selection. Both of these discoveries are really in the last 20 years.
So, outside of him crushing gravity, quantum anything, physics, mechanics, and space-time, or the fabric of space-time, which he just crushed because fundamentally they have no presence and substance. Gravity itself hasn't one iota of presence or substance, nor does the alleged fabric of space-time. Time is a concept that we invented, and he just admitted everything I've been trying to point out to fight the flat earth. Craig, these people, these MC Toon liars. Okay, and now what he was just bringing up now about evolution and natural selection, they propose that nothing from nowhere produced everything in a big bang. And evolution through natural selection, which I contest right away, because there can be no selection, natural or unnatural, without the ability of thought. Therefore, no selection can be achieved, and is a lie to progress that. What I don't get is why these men entertain theories so much. What is so painful about reality that can be demonstrated to these men? What is so painful about intelligent design? No thing we have or want can exist unless we make it. It cannot evolve. It requires the ability of thought to form a plan, process, and repeated execution for more than one. Therefore, if the things we gotta make that cannot evolve have to be made, how then are we taught or told that the only way we could exist is if we evolved and we are superior to the things we make that cannot evolve? It is illogical. So let's review what is fundamental about this video I'm making, and I'll await to see if any of these characters respond to my posts about the video in general, not gravity or space-time, which he so nicely points out is doomed because it is not tangible. Gravity, space-time, quantum anything, mechanics, physics up in their infinite and expanding vacuum universe, which is illogical on its face, they're all doomed. No presence in substance, not tangible. And they don't know what gravity is itself in any fundamental way because it doesn't possess one iota of presence or substance to directly detect, identify, isolate, or harness. And please, I beg you, stop using electricity and magnetism and even radiation. We have harnessed them. We use x-rays at the dentist. And if you break your bone, we can use x-rays. We've harnessed x-rays. It's called the x-ray machine. We've harnessed electricity per current to charge batteries and power TVs. And go look on a refrigerator. Maybe you have a magnet, which is a pure example of how we've harnessed magnetic field. Get a ring magnet and some iron shavings, and you can see magnetic field. Idiot. I said I was going to stop doing that, calling people idiot. So again, let's review what he says, and you can come to this video. I'll leave the link in the comments section so you can see what context he uses, what he's about to say now, with the nonsense of Donald Hoffman, reality is an illusion. Illusions aren't tangible, they're light. Okay? So reality cannot be an illusion because reality consists of that which is tangible, possessing presence and substance, like this computer and that table.
What's interesting about this is that our scientific theories are precise enough and rigorous enough to tell us certain limits, and even limits of the theories themselves. But they're not going to tell us what the next move is, and that's where scientific creativity comes in. So the stuff that I'm saying here, for example, is not alien to physicists. The physicists are saying precisely the same thing, that space-time is doomed. We've assumed that space-time is fundamental. We've assumed that for several centuries, and it's been very useful. So all the things that you were mentioning, particles and all the work that's been done, that's all been done in space-time, but now physicists are saying space-time is doomed. There's no such thing as space-time fundamentally in the laws of physics.
Beautiful.
And that comes actually out of gravity together with quantum field theory. It just comes right out of it. It's a theory.
Scumbags.
It's two theories put together. But it doesn't tell you what's behind it. So the physicists know that their best theories, Einstein's gravity and quantum field theory put together, entail that space-time cannot be fundamental, and therefore particles in space-time cannot be fundamental.
So there you have it. When you Google, what don't we know about gravity? The number one answer is, however. If we are to be honest, we don't know what gravity is itself in any fundamental way. And Neil deGrasse Tyson admits the same. I'll put those links underneath so that you can weep. But I implore you not to weep. I would insist that you rejoice at learning the truth. The truth, no matter what it is, should be well received, and you should welcome it. Now, intelligent design is a fact, but even though I believe in God, the Father, and His Son, Jesus Christ, I do have to say on the side that I believe in that based on faith. Now, intelligent design is a fact, but that doesn't mean that I'm right about who I believe God is, or anyone on the earth is right. But that does not negate the fact that intelligent design is responsible for our reality, just like intelligent design is responsible for this phone, this laptop, this video, and everything you see in your home. Air conditioning. Intelligent design cannot be denied. Natural selection cannot be achieved, whether it's natural or unnatural, unless it is done so with the ability of thought. So there you have it. Your own gurus, your globe cult zealots, right here. Lex Friedman, scumbags. And I'll leave the link in the not the description, but in the comments. And there you have it. Gravity and your quantum mechanics, quantum physics is fake. The laws of physics on the Earth will reign because they can be demonstrated. Son of a gun.